Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed Fight Night, and we have ourselves our first OP10 match on the channel, and I am rocking out that sugar. If you guys don't know what this does, this is a 4 life 5k leader. End of your turn, if I have a character on the board with donquixote pirates on the board that's 6k or more, I actually get to unrest one Dawn, and then on my opponent's turn, once per turn, if I use an event card, I actually get to ramp one Dawn as active, which is really good. And I'm playing against my friend here, Endeavor, rocking out the BY Luffy. I wanted to play against this deck in against a very meta deck. Obviously BY doesn't go anywhere. I think the deck is extremely good, consistently underrated, honestly, which is kind of like a crazy statement to say. You saw me drop the 1-cost searcher, which is sugar. Looking at the top 5, grabbing a donquixote pirates card, whether it's a red or a purple card, nonetheless doesn't matter. It's essentially like a Bonnie. It can grab itself as well. So 7k swing going into the character does go down, and I am gonna tell you guys right now, 2 things. 1, I am never swinging into this into this BY Luffy. I am starving this man of all resources as much as I possibly can. 2, this is one of the first few times I am playing this deck in person, so I am gonna go ahead and forget a couple things here that the deck does, which I will definitely highlight. So please, if you can find it in your heart to forgive me on some mistakes, please do so. If not, it is all good. We see the 1-cost event search here, which we do end up doing so, being able to use it on our main turn. We just look at the top 3, get a card, but we are going to use it as a counter now, which we get to ramp one Dawn. Because of that, look at the top 3. We're going to go ahead and grab the 8-cost Luffy and then send the rest to the bottom. And then, of course, that was a 5k swing going into the character sugar, which does go down. No, not trying to protect that card. 5-cost Luffy hits the board, uses the character effect there. We're going to trash a card, draw a card. Really good. And now we are sitting at 7 active Dawn. It's crazy how much just ramping one Dawn just does for you. Like, it's wild. So we're going to go see exactly what I can do. We're going to go ahead and play out the Senior Pink. That is a man right there. That's a manly man. We're going to go ahead and tap 5. We're going to unrest one Dawn, minus 1 Dawn. We get to actually get an event card from our trash. And really good, grabbing the 1-cost searcher, playing it there, playing out the sugar, looking at the top 5. There's just a whole bunch of really good stuff here. And now that I have a 6k body on the board that's a donquixote pirates card, I'm actually able to unrest one Dawn. So you see me grabbing the event card as well, and I have to make sure I use my effect there to unrest one. Yeah, definitely don't want to forget that. And now with, I believe, Endeavor's now sitting at 7 Dawn, I believe, which is honestly, it's a good amount. And thanks to him, he's able to find that 5-cost Luffy early on. So being able to take his own life is really good. I was hoping him to starve him of resources, but it's not looking like that's the case. We're using a character effect there. We're gonna pitch a card. We drew a card. Pitching the Flambe off the top is kind of rough. 9k swing goes into life, but does connect. No trigger here, but we're going to tap 5 for that Sabo, and searching the top, drawing 2, trashing 2. Too many search cards, man. Too many search cards. But yeah, drawing 2, trashing 2 is quite nice. Giving protection to the board is a little irrelevant for this matchup, but nonetheless still great to have. So we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. Endeavor has 1 active Dawn, which is a complete bluff. I highly doubt he's playing a 1-cost Shockwave or something like that, right? But we're going to go ahead and tap 8. We get to minus 1 Dawn. We're going to play a 5-cost character, and then on your opponent's turn, when they attack, I can tap 1 Dawn, I ramp 1 Dawn active. From the 5-cost that I play the 5-cost Rosinante. I pitch an event card, I draw 2 cards. End of turn, I unrest 2 Dawn if I have 7 Dawn or more. And I forgot to mention, I forgot to minus 1 on the Dofi character effect. So doesn't matter nonetheless. I'm at 8 Dawn. I would have still been able to use the Dofi, the Rosinante effect. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what happens in a bit. I unrested 2 Dawn thanks to the 5-cost Rosinante. I unrested 1 thanks to Sugar. Endeavor's using the character Luffy effect to draw a card, pitch his own life. It's the kind of the rinse and repeat coming from Endeavor. Not much you can do anyways, right? I mean, this is literally what the deck does. I mean, it's nothing too crazy going on here. But I have 3 active Dawn, which is really good. Unfortunately for me, he has got a lot of Dawn. So this is he's attaching 2 Dawn to his leader. We're going to tap 2 Dawn, and we have this 2-cost Bell card, which I completely forgot what it's called. And it's like a -7 cost if you take your own life, or when you do take your own life. It's actually quite nuts. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up here, exactly what it does. But it's actually really good. And I know that a lot of people in the East are now using that card, so quite good there. So we hit the reduction on the Luffy. We're gonna go ahead and pay out 2. We see the 5-cost Rocket Luffy hits the board. We're gonna KO the 8-cost Luffy. I start to cry, and now with 3 active Dawn, Endeavor can just go ahead and play 2. Go up to his 5-cost Luffy once again, go up to a 9k lead, but no, possibly not. We're going to go ahead and swing a big 9k into life, and I'm going to go ahead and tap possibly 2 Dawn as well. So yeah, we're going to tap 2 Dawn. We're going to go ahead and play out the brand new red donquixote the Pirates event card. I give plus 3k to a character or leader, and then I give minus 2k for the turn on an opponent's character there. So quite nice. We're going to -2 onto this character. So essentially it's like a plus 5k. Which is quite nuts. And with still 2 active Dawn, we're going to go ahead and just do it again, since it is another 9k swing. So I was able to ramp 1 Dawn thanks to Sugar. So if I was at 7 before, I would have gone to 8 thanks to the ramp. I didn't minus any Dawn, and now I would be at 10. So please, once again, forgive me for not minusing the 1 cost off of the 8-cost Luffy. But in this particular situation, it wouldn't have mattered. We did see Endeavor play out the 2-cost Sabo, so I'm assuming the boy's gonna go for some damage next turn. Thanks to that, I'm assuming Gecko more that we're gonna see next turn. So him playing that out allows him to grab a couple extra cards, maybe possibly grabbing a Garp, or maybe he needs to grab a blocker like a Nami or Shirahoshi nonetheless. But we are going to see the 10-cost Shanks hit the board, one of the few red cards in this deck. This is a big 12k going into the Luffy. It does get blocked by the character there, the character Sabo. We're going to go ahead and pass, use Rosinante ability, use Sugar ability. We're going to go ahead and set 3 Dawn as active. Quite good here, pretty good. The Shanks being a -1k to the board is quite relevant, especially with all the event cards in my hand, right? Being able to kind of get out of an 8k swing or a 9k swing with just 4k counters, quite good. And it looks like Endeavor's just trying to figure out what's the best and most optimal line of play here. How do I grab as many cards as I possibly can from my trash and just play them out efficiently there? So we see the Gecko Mord coming out. We see the Garp as well as the 2-cost Luffy. Searching top 5 for a character there, one of the 3 brothers. And I think at this point, it's really what you just don't have in your hand. How many more you need to know. Checking our trash, checking your hand. Mathematically, what makes the most sense. He has the option of both, actually, which is quite insane. Pretty fortunate for Endeavor here. But choosing to grab the Luffy, I definitely agree here, honestly, but either one is not too bad. But grabbing the 2-cost Luffy nonetheless is fantastic. We're going to attach 2 Dawn to our Luffy. We're going to go ahead and play out the 5-cost Luffy using both Luffy's effect, because I guess honestly, why not? And it looks like we're going to swing a big 8k into life. And I am debating on what to play here. Nonetheless, if I play an event card, I get to ramp 1. So if I get to minus something, I get to just ramp it up, which is quite nice. We're going to tap 1 for the Divine Departure. This is a 3k counter, and thanks to that Shanks, it makes those characters -1k. So 7k, we see a 3k counter, quite nice, which is exactly what I was talking about earlier, right? So we're going to go ahead and pitch the Shirahoshi coming from Endeavor side. We're going to add 2 cards from our life from our trash to our life. Sabo as well as the Rocket Luffy. We see the Sabo coming out. We're going to go ahead and become a 9k base leader. We're going to draw 2 trash to getting a ton of cycle. And at this point, what is Endeavor really missing from his hand? I think he should probably find everything. We've been using Luffy ability every single turn. Pretty good here. So this is 11k swing going into life. I'm going to go ahead and take it. That's just too much power, right? Like, that's just so much. We're going to draw for the turn here. And I have so many cards in my hand. I have a total of 8 cards in my hand, as well as Endeavor. I mean, look at it's like 9 cards in his hand as well. So 12k swing going to life. We see the block, and unfortunately for me, this is a 9k leader I have to deal with. So 7k swing going to 7. Thanks to that Shanks once again. The Senor Pink gets the job done. 8 cost Luffy hits the board, and you guys already know it. Yes, I forgot to use the effect to -1 Dawn to play it out. Pardon me once again, doesn't really matter at this unfortunate position, but at a real tournament, when not all the cards say proxy on them, it doesn't matter. But we're going to pass the turn. We're actually get to set 5 Dawn as active, 2 for each Rosinante, and then 1 for the Sugar Leader. So if you're counting correctly, that's 6 active Dawn. What is going on here? This is so much fun, right? Back to the proxies though. I have to say, every single card in my deck is a proxy, even the Shanks, even the cards that are old. Only reason why, I was too lazy to pull them out. I'll just print them, I'll cut them, throw them in there. It is what it is. Thank you so much to Eggman Events for having that in their site, being able to make proxies out of that. So if you're really interested in proxies, check out the eggmanevents.com. But we see the Raigo being able to get rid of the Shanks. This is quite unfortunate. This is an 8K character, Luffy, once again. Man, I wish it was 7K. But yeah, using that character effect, we drew ourselves a card, and this is Endeavor just being able to replenish his hand every single turn, and I'm really grinding it out here. So 8K swing going into the Senor Pink, actually, not into life, going for the Senor Pink, recognizes that card's a menace, man. It's very manly of a card there. So we're gonna go ahead and tap, it looks like 2 Dawn there. For the Hell's Judgment, a proxied Hell's Judgment. We're going to give -3K to the character Luffy as well as the Gecko Mora for the whole entire turn. We minus a Dawn off of that effect. So using the Sugar effect, since I did use an event card to ramp when Dawn is active. So once again, I should be at 9 Dawn, not 10. But we are going to start things off here with the Luffy ability, adding 2 to our life, playing out the Sabo effect, draw 2, trash 2, becoming a 7K base leader, and we are fully tapped out of Dawn there. So this is going to be no larger than a 9K swing, thanks to that. And this is a 9K swing. This could be into the Senor Pink. This could be into me, honestly. I'm not too sure. I think it's into the Pinky himself. So we're going to go ahead and do, once again, the plus 5K, essentially. Plus 3K to me, minus 2K to whatever is attacking. And that's for the rest of the turn as well. The minus 2, not the plus 3. Important to note there. So 10 active Dawn. This is a 9K swing going into life. 2K, 1K over the leader, of course. And honestly, you might just want to block here. Definitely see value in doing so, but I think Endeavor might actually give us 2 cards, which I'm not complaining about. We see the Rebecca as well as the 2K counter Flambe, and yeah, another card that a lot of people in the East are playing right now is Rebecca. I've seen a lot of really crazy tech choices, as well as a lot of people out here in the States playing the Rebecca. I actually love to see it. You play the Rebecca, get the who's back, 2K counter. It's just really fun, man. So this is a 9K swing going to life. We see the Sabo block, and I currently have, what is that, 7 Dawn active there? So not too bad. I could swing another big 9K. I could also swing 8K. Heck, I could even go evens with 7s. And honestly, that's what I'm debating here. I'm debating how much I want to do. The issue with Sugar is that your Dawn have to be tapped. You can't unrest Dawn that are attached to your characters or your leader, right? So 7K swing going into life. I'm trying to get as many cards out of Endeavor's hand as possible. That's how you beat BY Luffy. You have to get as many cards out of their hand so that the late game, you're able to just kind of go for game. You just kind of do the quick math there. But another 7K swing going into Endeavor. He's going to give us the who's who. Very fortunate for that for myself. 7K swing with the leader. See the Luffy. I'm going to go ahead and play out the 3-cost Viola. Now, if you guys don't know what this does, since I seemingly forgot to add this card onto the video, it's a 3-cost blocker. You -1 Dawn. You grab a purple. You get a purple event card from your trash, but you have to minus a Dawn there. So that's exactly what that does. Pretty good. It's a really good card. Helps you replenish the event cards, adding them back to your hand. We see the 5-cost Luffy effect. We're going to trash 1. We're going to draw 1. Really good. Keep mentioning 8K swing going into could be into life, could be into one of these characters. I think at this point probably is into a character, since I think Endeavor's tired of seeing so many 6K bodies on the board. It just do too much work. We're going to go ahead and block. We're going to minus a Dawn. We're going to go ahead and grab a purple event card from our trash, which is that Hell's Judgment. And for some reason, I actually ramp one Dawn thinking like I played an event card, which I didn't. So that is a misplay. I get to kind of fix that in a little bit, so not to worry. It doesn't end up getting fixed. So this is a 9k swing though going into life. I'm gonna go ahead and take it actually. No trigger there. And we're gonna attach 2 Dawn to our leader. And do we have the rinse and repeat? It looks like we do. 8 cost Gecko Moria. The question is he gonna go to 7k lead? But yes, he is actually. So Shirahoshi, we get to reduce by 4 costs, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna reduce that Dofi by 4 costs. Play out the Luffy there, and I really love the adaptation with Shirahoshi's in these lists now. Being able to kind of just remove anything that's 8 costs or less, which I feel like it used to be 8 cost Katakuri, but now a lot more targets now, so quite good there. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and decide the order. We're going to grab the Luffy as well as the Rocket Luffy at the very top. Using Rocket Luffy effect, become a 7k lead, KO this Doflamingo there, since of course it is I believe only a 4 cost. And now this is a 9k swing going into life. We're going to play out the man, so many options. The 2 cost event card, we're gonna go ahead and give it minus once again. Now, like I mentioned before, I would have been at 3 Dawn. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have been at, I would have used 2. I would have gone to ramp to an additional 1, so I would have been at 2 again. So it didn't matter there, but I did play that incorrectly. I did do that. I did mess up there. So 10 active Dawn. Endeavor has 3 cards in hand and a Dream, as well as a Shirahoshi. This is a 7k swing going into life. This is, I think he has to give me a card here, honestly, which is really unfortunate. It gives me the Who's Who, like I keep talking about, right? 7k swing going into life gives me another 2k counter out of hand, and honestly right now I feel great. I feel really good, because look at the event cards in my hand, right? I have like 4 event cards in my hand, which is kind of crazy. 7k swing going into life. What do we have? We see the block from the Shirahoshi, and for 6 Dawn, I'm gonna play out 2 Violas. Now I mentioned this before. She's a blocker. On KO, you minus a Dawn, and you get to get a purple event card from your trash added to hand. So I'm currently sitting with 5 active Dawn, which is quite good there. So we're gonna see exactly what he can do using that 5 cost Luffy effect once again, becoming 8k, drawing himself a card. So now he should be at 3 cards in hand, I believe. So he grabbed an additional card, drew for turn. He only had 1 card the previous turn, so should be at 3 cards in hand. And with 10 active Dawn, Endeavor's trying to figure out, how do you win this, man? Like how do you win this with staring against 5 active Dawn? This is a 9k swing going into life. We're going to go ahead and give him the Hell's Judgment. We're going to minus 2 Dawn, give minus 3k to that character as well as the other Gecko. And because of Sugar's effect, I use an event card, ramp 1 Dawn is active, and then give him a 2k counter as well. So making sure I do the counter that correctly. This is a 6k swing going into life, and honestly I only have 1 event card in my hand. I can block, grab another one. I can do Hell's Judgment once again, which is nasty work. I can definitely do that. But I have a couple options, right? Like I said, I can block, which I think I might block here. I'm debating it. I definitely think it's the best choice, honestly. Not sure why I'm thinking about it so hard. I think I tell myself, look, if I'm able to counter out of the 6k swing here, there's just no way I can lose. There's literally no way. We're gonna use the little black bears, plus 4k counter for the battle, and I draw 1 card if I have 5 or less cards in my hand. Really good. It is the more expensive event card in the deck, which is 3 cost. At least for counter, right? But the draw is insane. The draw is insane, and sometimes you just have so much extra Dawn that you don't mind drawing extra cards, spending 3 on a plus 4k, right? Sure, Radical Beam does it for 1 cost, sure, but nonetheless, this is still pretty good. I also run Blast Breath in this deck, which is fantastic. I haven't seen one this whole game, but hey, I'm not complaining. And now Endeavor is trying to do the math. I said it before, if I just counter out of it, there's no way you can win. Reason why I said that, if he goes 5 cost Luffy, right? Makes his leader into 7k, pops my Viola. I use the effect, I get back another Dawn. I get back another event card. He still has to deal with another blocker, plus I have 1 life still. So even with the removal, it doesn't really matter. He would need to have like 2 5 cost Luffy's, and I just have to have like no counter in my hand. I'd have to just it's definitely possible. Hey, wait, hold on. Wait, what's going on here? Playing out the Sabo as well as the Luffy at the very top of his life. Totally kidding. Grabbing the 5 cost Sabo. We're gonna draw 2 trash 2. Only has 3 cards in hand, so but fortunately for him, that's a 7k lead, as well as having a blocker on the board, which is quite good. So 7k lead, we have 6 active Dawn. We could just do 2 really big swings into some of these characters. I think I just gained so much value off of these Rosinantes on the board. At this point, it's probably too late, right? But they gotta go at some point, you know. I think if we ran this game back, I think this is our like 4th time playing this match. So I definitely wanted to play this version because I feel like there were some cards I didn't see and some cards he did see, and I want to show you as much, you know, aka optimal games, right? So we're gonna block with the Viola. We're gonna -1 Dawn. We're gonna grab the Hell's Judgment. Unfortunately, I only have 1 Dawn active. Realizing that now, hey, I can't use that card, but nonetheless, grabbing it regardless. So this is gonna be a big 12k swing going into Rosinante. We block. We're gonna -1 Dawn once again. What do we have? We have the little the little bears, the little black bears, I believe it's called it again. And then just passing the turn. We're back at 10 active Dawn, and Endeavor only has 1 card in hand, 1 life, 1 blocker. I got 4 swings, man. Let's make it easy. 7k swing going to life. We see the pitch. 7k swing going to life. We see the bottom deck. 7k swing into life. We see the block, and then the balance going for game. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel as well as this video. I really do appreciate it. And stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP10 content coming out soon. See ya.